All right, Manas, let's do this. Exams in 12 hours. I know what you're thinking. 40 minutes, 20 marks, feels a little intense, right? But don't worry, we've got a solid plan.
So here's the game plan for the next few minutes. We're going to blitz through market structures, the Indian knowledge system, and traditional practices. But here's the crucial part. For each topic, I'm not just giving you the information, I'm giving you the exact blueprint for your 2-mark and 5-mark answers. You ready? Let's dive right in.
First up, a classic compare and contrast question. I can almost guarantee you'll see something like this. If you get the structure right, these are easy marks in the bag. We're looking at the two big extremes, perfect competition and monopoly. Okay, for a quick 2-mark answer, this is the absolute core of it. It's super simple. In perfect competition, the firm is a price taker. They just have to accept whatever the market price is. But in a monopoly, the firm is a price maker. They're the ones calling the shots. That is the key difference you need to state. That's it.
Now for the big one, the 5-mark answer. You've got to flesh this out. And this table, this is basically your cheat sheet. Your whole answer is right here. Just pick 4 of these features. Let's say number of sellers and barriers to entry. And for each one, write a single sentence comparing the two. So you'd say, in perfect competition, there are a large number of sellers, whereas in a monopoly, there is only a single seller. Do that 4 times, and bam, that's a perfect 5-mark answer.
All right, let's switch gears. We're moving on to the Indian Knowledge System, or IKS. This is still part of that first syllabus section, and you can definitely expect a simple define or explain kind of question here.
So if you get a 2-mark question just asking, what is IKS? This definition is all you need to write down. It's the traditional body of knowledge developed in India over thousands of years, covering everything from science to philosophy. Simple, direct, that's your 2 marks, right there.
And here's your 5-mark answer structure ready to go. If the question is something like, explain the major areas of IKS, just pick any 4 of these bullet points. For each one, write 1 sentence with an example. So you'd write, one major area is medicine, which includes practices like Ayurveda and yoga for holistic health. Then move to the next, like another is polity and economics as seen in the Arthashastra. 4 points, 4 sentences, easy 5 marks.
Okay, next section, traditional economic practices. Manas, listen up on this one because questions on these topics are almost always about the pros and cons. So I'm going to give you a simple framework that works every single time.
Let's start with the barter system. If this comes up, your first sentence should always be the definition you see here. A direct exchange of goods for goods, without using money. And here's the rest of your answer. Just list 2 advantages from the left, like its simplicity. Then list 2 limitations from the right. And make sure you mention the double coincidence of wants. That's a key term the examiner will be looking for. This simple pro and con table is the exact format they want to see. Let's apply that same logic to cooperative farming.
See? Same exact drill. Start with the definition. Cooperative farming is just when farmers pool their resources to work together and share the profits. That's it. And there's the pattern again, right? It's the same structure. You list the pros from the left, like economies of scale, and the cons from the right, like inefficient management. Once you memorize this pro and con framework, you can handle any discuss or evaluate question they throw at you.
Okay, we're on the home stretch. Last content section. This is all about linking that traditional knowledge to modern business. They love to ask a case study question here, so let's make sure you're ready for it. So first, let's think about how traditional knowledge actually influences modern business. It's through things like pushing for sustainable production and creating community-run businesses. Keep these ideas in mind as we look at the perfect case study, Amul. And really, there's no better example of this in action than the Amul Cooperative. This quote, a model of inclusive rural development, perfectly captures what it's all about. It's the ultimate blend of traditional practices and modern success. So if they ask you for a case study on Amul, here is your 3-part answer. 1. Start with the indigenous base, the traditional dairy farming. 2. Explain the integration, how they combined it with a modern supply chain. And 3. State the outcome, becoming India's biggest dairy brand. Base, integration, outcome. That's your structure.
Okay, we've blasted through all the content. Now for the most important part, the strategy. This slide is your game plan for how you're going to use your 40 minutes in that exam hall.
Listen carefully. For any 2-mark question, your only job is to define the term and give 1 example. That's it. Don't write a novel. For the 5-mark questions, use the structures we just went over. Compare, contrast, pros and cons, or that case study model. A short intro, 3 or 4 clear points, and you are done. If you stick to this, you will not run out of time.
So here's the bottom line. You are prepared. You have the knowledge, and more importantly, you have a clear structure for every single answer. Take a deep breath, go get those marks. Good luck, Manas. You've totally got this.